Rolling, rolling, rolling. Once this thing resets, there we go. Actually, I'm going to tell this to export that. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And we're back to here. Okay. Actually, I want to change some of this stuff. Alright, it won't let me do anything there. Alright. Fine. Kip 12099. That's here. A sector DRV C2-23. Let's hit this one first. We're going to go to A5. We've got it bookmarked. Back. Dev's Hope. Plot the route. And we're going to be off. So we'll run Dev's Hope for quite a while. I want to try and figure out how we can decide at what point to go to Jameson's.
Speed restrictions lifted. Thank you, Commander. Have a splendid journey.
I'm going to say 1 hour of stream time. When we hit the hour mark, we'll move to oh, I am lit up. Oh, wrong button. At 1 hour of stream time, we'll move to Jameson's. At 2 hours, I'll end this stream and we'll reset. Got 19 bodies here. It's way out there. We're not going to go and map this. But it being a water world, that's going to pay us a little bit. Just curious. Boom. There's still another gas giant out here. That's a little bit of cash. We'll continue on. After Jameson's, I am going to Yuba. Oh, let me look him up again. It's an engineer that's locked behind a rep. I'm going to go ahead and turn all this exploration data into that faction and see what else we got there. That will be on the next stream. Alright, nothing there. The engineer. Party of Euro. We're going to go over and unlock him on the way back by getting the rep up that faction. Cirrus. I don't believe Why do I not have... I'm missing an engineer. Um, and I need her unlocked. To, the downfall when you do this kind of stuff, sitting right next to a star, you get interdicted in populated systems. Um, I need to go unlock Harry Tanny. It's not making sense. I should have gotten the information on her already. Yeah, we should have got it when we were at outsider rank. It, oh, we're in system already. Um, but I am not seeing her on my stuff. Okay, we have 0 cargo capacity on this ship. Oops. I won't be able to do it with this one. I want to look at a couple more things. Once we get down on the surface. Are you serious? Are you going to tell me it's on this side of the planet? Yep, there's its mountain. I'm dropping too soon. Yeah, we're going to be a good 20 kilometers out. 20, 30. I think when it drops us out of cruise. Yeah, I had known I dropped a little too soon, but that's all right. Um, Personally, I find it easier to not end up targeting your ship if you land at this end of the facility. And I'll go out a little bit. All right, let's go and look this up again. Yeah. We don't have brew. I mean, we don't have the one before brew. Okay, so yeah. Um, Harry Tanny. You're only supposed to need to be an outsider or higher in the Empire, and I'm well above that. Oh, no. I need to get Liz Ryder unlocked to unlock Harry Tanny. Let's see where Liz Ryder sits. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now it's making sense. Oh, I don't want to do it. Oh. I'll be switching over to the Python, I think. But anyways, deploy. Now, on these little buggers, anytime I'm on low gravity, I pretty much take everything out of engines. Or else you're going to find yourself all over the place. It's kind of hit and miss on how you want to do this. Because we are coming in. Actually, that's the way we'll do it. This works. All right. We're starting halfway through my loop of the way I do this stuff. 15. We're going to want a lot of those. 24. Yeah, we're going to be doing a whole lot of this stuff. Ooh, salvaged alloys. We had 0. Not anymore. And that is a glitch that shows up from time to time when you first trip. It'll be underground. Heat veins. Nice. Phase alloys. And now we'll haul behind. Climb up in the turret. Target and get the data. Rinse and repeat. I don't bother reading those. They're generally nothing that we need to worry about. Chemical distillery. I think we need chemical processor more than distillery. Be nice. Conductive ceramics. We are out of those. Conductive components we probably needed, since we only had 2 in our cargo in our setup. These aren't high on my list. Electrochemical arrays will be nice. Now, if you're wondering, refined focus crystals, 24 out of 150. These are a level 4 item. That tells you by the amount of slashes right here. So these are a nice item. Most of the stuff here in manufacture will go up to 5. This is a level 1, so it's the cheapest. Lowest grade we can get. And we rinse and repeat. And if you're wondering, no, this isn't against the terms of service. From what I found, this is kind of a known thing, and the way to do it, majority of people do. And according to a streamer, I can't remember which one said it, but the developers know about it, and they have made comments that no, it's not an issue. So I do this with this run. I'll be doing the same thing at Jameson's. You do the same thing when you're going after sensor fragments. For that's not usual. I usually don't click my ship parked there. Which is an item needed for unlocking an engineer. So it can get pretty monotonous. Um, in my opinion, this one's not as bad as Jameson's crash site, where you park your SRB in the right spot. All you do is go in your turret, scan 3 things, log back out again. That's the worst one in my opinion. Now, if we get to the point, which I doubt, that we start getting a message about we're full, we'll switch out and go to Jameson's early. One of these days, I'm going to come into this place and just load the ever-living crud out of it and get every possible thing I can maxed out. But because it would make things a lot easier, not have to keep coming back here to do this every 10 to every 5 to 10 ships I engineer. It is nice where you're not going and just scanning and coming back, but I would like to be a little bit more I don't know if challenging would be the right word. I need to stop hitting that little piece. I probably should just call it monotonous, because that's what it is. Very monotonous to me, doing this little loop around and around and around. So once we get all this stuff done, the next thing we need to do alright, I'm going to take a quick break on this before I go completely nuts. I'm going to put this right here. I need to unlock Liz Ryder and get her up in level. So, photolite alloys, protolite alloys, protolite alloys, and conductive ceramics, and radiologic alloys. Okay, this one right here would probably get us pretty close just by engineering one up to here. And we can get this. We have raw materials, we can get that. So if we leveled up one missile rack to level 5, that would probably give us enough to get Harry Tanny up. Now, distributor. I would want a distributor to high charge capacity would be nice. We already have an overcharged pinned, so I don't want that. I don't want system focused. 3 weapons focused. Selenium we can get. We're good on the rest of the stuff. So, power distributor weapons focused on a mining ship would be good. So I think I would go and get this pinned off of her. We need selenium and conductive components. We shouldn't have that much issue getting Harry Tanny up, and that'll open up Brew. And Brew, I want beam laser, not lightweight. Not sturdy mount. Long range weapon sounds interesting. But the main thing I want off of him, actually, this is what I usually go with. So we need modified embedded firmware. We'll be going with this. And this. That will give us Brew. Now, Tiana Fortune. We'll be getting also. That's not going to be an issue. All right. So that's what we'll be doing after we're done with all these runs. Okay. We've got the data. We've got all of that. So we'll do this loop again. And we'll have several other engineers unlocked. I'll need to go to the Python. No, Python won't work. We're just shy of 200 of cargo, and we need 200 cargo. Because we have to do 200 mines to Liz Ryder. God, I really don't want to have to use the Type 9 to do this. We'll have to look at the Python, see if we can get us over 200 cargo. We might need to take the guard. We'll probably have to take the Guardian frameshift drive booster off. We've already collected the logs. You do that once and that's it. We're going to do about 4 or 5 more runs of this, I think, and then we're going to head over to Jameson's. And that, even without all the pips, you can still spin the ship out when you're doing low gravity planets very easily. One of the reasons people like this place so much for doing these is you have such a variety of things that drop. It's not 2 or 3, it's like 8 or 10 different items that will drop on a regular basis. And you do get level 3, 4s. I don't recall ever getting a 5 out of here. I don't think you do. But basically 10 minutes is what I'm giving it. 10 more minutes of this. And we'll go to Jameson's. Jameson's I am going to run until we are full of one of the 2 main things we pull out of there. you can get each run done pretty darn quick. It's just mind-numbing in my opinion. Chemical manipulators, nice. That is one of the ones you always like to see because they don't drop that much. And they're a handy item to have. And we got 2 of them on that run. Beautiful. Back to hitting that again. I have gone nuts. I'm calling it. I can't handle it no more. Now, before we go, I've got dab soaps, but not Jameson's. Okay. Hip. Close. It's 1B. It's not going to give us anything else. Alright, it's not going to matter. We're not going to be able to jump straight to it. And what we'll do is go up above this point, and then we'll turn towards our jump. And that should be like 3 jumps. 2 jumps. Yeah, 2 jumps away. And just a sec. Alright, we can go ahead and turn now and get a move on. Alright. I'm not sure why it aborted, but now what I do know is I did not do a full scan of this system. I just got what I needed for what we're doing. I'm going to drop this way down. I'm going to open up this. This is Down to Earth Astronomy's website. If you go into Material Finder, it gives you a good idea of where to go for different items. And said you want, let's go with datas. Uh, Scanning high wakes. Um, with surface science bases, I need to go and remember how to do those again. Well, I shouldn't say remember. Uh, I haven't done them yet, but I've seen some videos on them in the distance. But this is why we're going to Jameson's crash site. A lot of this stuff, you just cross trade it. You load up from Jameson's and you cross trade. Manufactured. You've got Dav's Hope. Look at all this stuff for Dav's Hope. This is what I was meaning on why we go there. These here are things we're going to need to do here. I'm going to need to do here pretty soon. The same, all these high grade emissions. I need to go and start farming a bunch of these. But that's where I would go, and it's Commander's Toolbox. It also gives you a bunch of guides on like the engineering unlock, what we've been going after, telling you how to get things done. Very useful website. Can't recommend it highly enough. And what we're going to do is we're filling up on the 2 items here at Jameson's. Once we're full on those 2 items, we'll leave. Actually, I should say, once we're full of one of those items, we're going to leave. Because usually the other one is almost to that point. And I will have the ED Engineer opened up on my second screen so I can keep an eye on it. And pretty soon, there we go. Lock that destination. Oh my gosh. It looks like we're going to actually get 2 different planetary sites that we're going to work at that are lit, that are not at nighttime. This is very rare for me. I'm usually always doing these in the dark. It's almost always in the dark for me. It looks like we are just getting into the dark. I generally go with my cursor where it is until I'm about 100 and so out. Because I want to break through, I'm going to break through a little early. I like to break through between 80 and 100 kilometers out. And it looks like we are going to go into dark. I'm not sure if the sun's just coming up or if it's just starting to set over here. But actually with Jameson's it doesn't matter too much. And thinking about it, actually I think I am usually I don't remember doing Dav soap ever in the dark. Is Jameson's crash is almost always in the dark to me. Crashed anaconda sites are almost always in the dark to me. And anytime I go to a Guardian site, it's in the dark for me. It's just the way it works out for me. All right. Okay, so see these three lights flashing? That one, and that one are the ones we're primarily interested in. So what we do here, number one, turn our night vision on, and then I come up over here and I'll stop around there. Scan this one. Atypical disruptive wake issues. I mean, are nothing. It's that the encryption archives was the big one. It will not pick that one up, but it doesn't matter because that one is a one trip only, I believe, but it doesn't matter. Parked here, adaptive encryption captures, which is the level 5. Parked where we are, we get these 3. And then we, once again, exit out. And I will not be going back to night vision again until we're going to go back to the ship. Okay, back in here. And that's why I'm not bothering with the lights. We have enough what we want to get done. And we'll be doing this for a little while. an issue I found with ED Engineer, the atypical encrypted archives. They say you can do 150 on the atypical encrypted archives and 100 on the captures. It's 100 on the captures. The archives is 150. This is the one we will probably run out on. And you do get those bonuses of like modified consumer firmware and things like that from time to time. Now, modified consumer firmware is only level 2. We didn't get any of the adaptive encryptors captures on that last round through. But this is my whole trip out to Jameson's will be sitting here doing this until I am full of one of those two primary things we get here. The adaptive encryptors capture or the atypical encryption archives. No, we didn't get any of the good ones on that one. We got the crud. But we fill these up a bunch. I'll need to go and do another run sometime soon for the other ones. And some other items for engineering. Okay. That one had just given us the crud tonight. Correct industrial firmwares and stuff. We're a third of the way there on the adaptive encrypted. So, maybe 10 more rounds and we'll be done. What did it give us? It gave us some good ones that time. And because the random numbers of this, sometimes you're in and out of here fast, and sometimes it's a little slower. I want to completely fill up on one of these again, just because of the ease of these here. And it's not as random as Dav's Hope for the manufactured items. Where Dav's Hope is so random, it could take you quite a while if you're trying to fill up on one item. This place, it's the primary things that drop, you're going to fill up on one of those in a fairly short time. And it looks like Adaptive Encryptor's capture is the one we're going to fill up on first. Next time we get one of those, that will be the halfway point. The Atypical Encrypted Archives, that one there, is not quite halfway. It's about a little over a third of the way through. It's getting closer to halfway though. By the end of these loops, I'm usually filled up on Adaptive first, but the Atypical is really close behind it. Like one or two of those drops would finish it off too. One more of the Atypicals and it will be halfway. It's halfway. We're getting pretty close to the point where I think if we left now, we would get most of the stuff done that I have planned anytime soon with engineering. But we're out here. I'd rather just fill it all the way up and get a lot further along before I have to do it again. $31 more adaptives and we'll be done. It's 25 left of the adaptives, 48 of the atypicals. I'm thinking 2 more reloads after this one, and we'll be close enough to call it. Because you generally get 3 of each that shows up top. Well, 3 doesn't go into 100. So 93, 96, 98, I'll call it. And it's possible to get up to like 9 per round, so we're at 84 adaptive right now and 108 atypical. We're at 93 adaptive. We'll do 1 more round after this. And we'll be calling it. I have a problem continually when half the products that you're gathering, half of them are already full up to capacity. So a lot of times I would have just left on that one. It drives me nuts when I'm mining and I'm full of phosphorus, carbon, nickel, or whatever. It's just a waste, and I hate waste. That's 99 and 120. At 126, 100. There it is. We just wasted 2. Oh well. Get our night vision going. And let's load back up. Okay. So, to unlock Harry, we need to get Liz Ryder. We need 200 units of landmines. So, where is... There's the Python. We have this map. We had that memorized. We had that facility bookmarked. We didn't need to go through all that. If I was thinking, I knew it was there. We're going to get the Python. Get it so we can get 200 things of cargo into it. And we're going to go and unlock those other engineers. Okay, we got a whopping 4 planets in this system. And I hadn't even looked, but I guess this system is a non-scoopable, and we'll continue on. Now, I am pretty sure we don't have the rep, the exploration to itself for reputation yet. I don't know what the mission related target was. Yeah, we're not going to mess with that. We got other things to do. Yorbu or something like that is the faction. Um, Yoru. Okay. That guy in Yoru doesn't give us really much. Frag cannons, yeah, if I ran a ship that did frag cannons, it might be helpful. So I'm not going to worry about that exploration data. So we're going to skip turning in any exploration data we might have. Going out there to do it, I should say. But let's land here. Get the Python out. Actually, before we get the Python out, I want to see if there's anything I can move around to get at least a little bit of cargo on this ship. I think I took the cargo rack out for the Guardian frameship booster.
Lincoln Charlie Hotel Yankee. Please approach the station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area. Request approved. Set down on landing pad 03. Automated docking approved.
Okay, so we got both of those things done. All right, we are going to do Liz Ryder first because Harry Taney's going to take a little longer to do it. So um, all right, so
Touchdown confirmed. Dispatching ground crew. Enjoy your visit, Commander.
we're going to go ahead and check into here. What do we have for cartographics? And not a whole heck of a lot. Oh, that's the one that paid us. Okay, I was going to say, which one paid us so much? This was probably the water world. Yeah, that is a water world we just mapped out. Outfitting, optional. Yeah. Eventually, I'm going to get rid of the 5 fuel scoop, get a 6, move this down to here. Yeah. I could change that and put a cargo unit in, but I kind of am holding off on that. All right, so shipyard. And they got a whopping 13 ships. Python. Yeah, we only have 160 tons on the Python. So let's take a look and see what we might be able to do to get this thing up to 200 tons. It's going to be doable. Just what sacrifices are we going to have to do that? Optional internal. Ooh. Yep. That doesn't get us to 200 though. It gets us close. All right, that's what we're going to have to do. Okay. Because we're going to have a fuel scoop. Cargo racks. Buying options. Store the module we've got instead of getting rid of it like I did my fuel scoop. Like I said, we're at 192. That's only giving us 4. Store the fuel scoop. All right, 100. We can get rid of 24 tons. So browse the shop. Fuel scoops. 4A, buying options. Yeah, it's a cargo rack. We'll sell it. Okay. That's done. Our fuel scooping is going to suck. But we have the cargo. That's the key. So next, 200 tons of landmines. We need. I need to find out where. Irubia. Okay. For commodities. Yeah, commodities will go with Inara. And we need landmines. And EURYBIA. Search that. We want exports. That should be safe. We are going to be going to this station, which is real close to Liz. Yeah. Because Liz Ryder is right over here. They have landmines. And then we'll bring them down to Liz. And I'm going to go ahead and reset the stream real quick, and we'll get out on that.